Kara. We are here for Not Your Mother's Advice with Kara and Amanda. We're waiting on Amanda right now to change her shirt. So we're just going to hang out here together for a few minutes, let people join. We got some awesome new shirts, which she's going to want to show you too. But we had a viewer get us these shirts that say, "Feed me tacos and tell me I'm beautiful." One each. It's my new favorite shirt. So anyway, we've had a really busy couple weeks, so we haven't been doing our shows, but we're back in action now. Amanda was moving, and then I've been working like crazy, and I wasn't feeling good, and it was my daughter's birthday, and now, believe it or not, my toenail fell off. It's not good. Like a few weeks ago, part of my toenail fell off because I was kicking off my rubber boot, and it like ripped part of it off, and then we cut half of it off. And then like over the course of the next couple weeks, it's like that other half was like lifting off of my toenail or whatever. I don't know, it was so disgusting. So then finally last night I just ripped that sucker off, and it was like, today has just been killing me. So that, and Amanda moved into this house, which that's where we're at Amanda's right now. And she moved in and then had a couple issues with her move-in. And she's taking care of her dog, and then she'll be right back. But she's here now, and it's a beautiful house, and she started decorating, and I'm really happy for her because she loves it. It's very homey, and here she is with her shirt.
I had to put the shirt on. Feed me tacos.
Tell me I'm beautiful. Yeah.
You look so beautiful.
You always look beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So welcome to my new house.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome to episode 10. So we're
10 in
now.
Hard to believe it because we started before Christmas.
Yeah.
Went in the front of the tree.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're actually a couple things. We already talked about her moving, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I've been busy. We've been busy. But we're still doing the clothing. So we're thinking we could start, once it's out, we'll put it up on the site, right? And then you can purchase it on Facebook, and we'll ship it to your door.
Or if you're local, we can even just bring it by.
We can deliver it, and you can hang out.
Yeah.
We can eat tacos.
We'll bring you a mimosa.
We always have these on hand.
Pretty much.
So make sure you guys comment tonight. Now that we figured out how to actually read the comments, we can actually read your questions. So
yes.
Yeah. So, okay, tonight's theme is basically, I would say, financial wisdom, financial advice, financial hacks.
Because we all need those.
All of us do.
It's a big part of adulting.
It is.
Yeah.
Adulting is not what I thought it would be,
No.
honestly, at all.
When I was growing up, I couldn't wait to just move out, and I had so many ideas of how I thought it would be. I thought it would be super awesome and fun all the time, and it is not.
It's not. It's literally not. And even when it is fun, it's like something comes up again. Like,
yes.
So anyway, our first question of the night is, I have a bunch of credit card debt. What should I do? What options do I have?
That's a hard one because I think everyone does. I actually heard I heard something about this on the radio this morning too, and they were talking about, talking with credit counseling, and, they can help you figure out how to either consolidate it or work with the companies to maybe dispute it or get it lowered or set up a payment plan. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Well, I started a journey actually a year and a half ago. I was like, my credit is crap. And I'm never going to be able to do anything if I don't build my own credit. And so I did dispute several of them. There was a few I knew were legit. Some of them I felt like were more than they should be. So I did dispute some of them. A lot of them were actually taken off. And then, not a lot, but I mean, probably I had a lot of debt. So we're talking maybe a few things got taken off.
But every little bit helps.
So then I went and talked to this gal that I work with for finances, and she was telling me to pick the smallest debt first and pay it off, because although it'll affect your credit score more if you pay the big chunk off, it's going to take longer to pay that off. So as you pay off those little debts, you see your credit score starts to rise. And that's what I've done. And so I actually have no debt at the moment, aside from a little hiccup, but it's a long story. Basically,
it was just Christmas too.
It was Christmas. So what happened was and tell me, is this not crazy? I traded my car in, and I was telling you this, and I got a few $1,000 whatever for it, and that was in the beginning of November. They still have not paid off my car. So every month I've been showing no car payment for my car that's not paid off, and then you know,
that
that's
happens sometimes. So I work in the car industry.
yes, she does.
And that's an issue with the like the back office not doing the
Their
payoff and basically not doing their job. It happens every once in a while, and
of course, it happened to me. That's just how it is. Yeah.
Of course.
So other than that, yeah, that's what worked for me is just starting small. Even though you're going to see more results from the bigger chunks, you're not going to pay those off. So you pay off the little things, and then just like I would eat out 5 times less a month or something and chunk that towards it.
Yeah.
But now I'm back to eating out. Tacos.
I know. Eating out.
All the time. These are tight shirts, let me tell you.
I love eating out though because then you don't have to do the dishes.
I do love to eat out.
Yes.
So another person asked, this is a good question. How do I start saving money? Like he's never saved before and he's like, I really want to save money and I just don't know where to start. So would you like to answer that one, Anita? Or?
That is a hard one. I think you just have to start with small amounts. You know, after you figure out your budget with bills and expenses and everything, then maybe you just start even putting, like I have a Capital One savings account. I found out has the best return on interest rate. And I just have an automatic deduction of even $25 a month or every 2 weeks. And I just don't touch that. And so it just takes it right out of my account. I don't notice that $25 every 2 weeks. And it has a really high interest rate on it.
That's awesome.
To gain interest.
And you don't miss it because you never see it.
Yes. It's $25. Like,
yeah. Back a few years ago when Inslee was first born, I had like no money to my name. I had 4 jobs and literally not a dime saved. And what I started doing is I went to my bank and there's only, go ahead.
Sorry.
The dogs. There's only a few select banks that do this. But you can round off to like, if you spend $4.50 at the coffee stand, it will round up to 5 all the time, the nearest dollar. And that actually saves money rather quickly and you don't notice it because it's already come out of your account. And then you look at your savings, you're like, holy crap, I saved like $100 this month. And then also what I did is like she does, I don't do it through my work because I have my own thing, but every month it's set up to like to transfer this amount into savings. And then you just never see it. And I think that's the best way to start saving. Now, you know that I've been saving for a while, I do things a little different and more often. But at first it's so hard to save. It's like, man, I really want to do this or I want to do that. Or I can't afford to save $5. Yeah. And, but you can, you just have to be very disciplined about it. So
there's some really good programs too. Like, I know there's different things with like Dave Ramsey and
their Financial Peace University.
Yes, things like that.
Oh, and another thing, well, that's for later actually, never mind. But yes, yeah, Dave Ramsey. Or there's that program, there's an app called Acorns that I use.
Yes.
So
I know someone that uses that and
it
loves
works because you stash away money and then you invest it, or you stash away money and then you get a percentage on it. And yeah, and you don't miss it really. So
it's like the whole basis of rounding up, just like you said.
Basically what I just said.
Yes, exactly what you said.
Literally. So this gal, and this is a good question. How do I decide what bills to pay when I'm broke? Well, I think everybody has a different opinion on what to pay because everybody has different bills.
Yes. That's a hard one because it's hard to have to make that choice. I mean, I've been there a few times where it was like, okay, obviously you have to pay your rent or your mortgage because you need a place to live. And then obviously car payment is going to be super important because you need transportation to and from work.
Yep.
And then car insurance because you don't want to let that lapse. Cell phone because you're going to need communication. Or if it does have
so she's saying just pay all your bills.
No, but there's so many other bills besides that, like credit card bills or, I mean, whatever other bills you might have. But you can let your cell phone lapse, and especially cable and internet, like it sucks, but if you really think about it, it's more of a want than a need usually.
Yeah.
But if you let your cell phone lapse, there are apps where you can still text and call when you're on Wi-Fi. So it's not the end of the world.
Feels like it's the end of the world though.
It sucks, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say, obviously you need a roof over your head. So whatever it takes to keep that roof over your head. So paying the rent, paying energy bills.
Priority.
But when I was back to 4 years again, not a dollar to my name, there was several months where I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my energy bill. Like I literally was like, that's just impossible. I don't have the $70 or the $80. So I would carry my kids with me. We'd ride the bus because I had no money for a car. And we go to churches and things like that and get that paid. And, you know, there's ways to go around it. I think that obviously keeping a roof over your head is utmost important. And a lot, like there was times once I got a car, like years ago before I didn't have a car, and you just call and explain your situation. And actually a lot of people that do loans will give you like a month forgiveness or skip a pay or things like that. So I feel like the car, while it's going to affect your credit, you can go a little bit longer than you can not paying your energy bill or,
Yeah, a lot of places, if you explain your situation and set up a plan with them, they'll be more willing to work with you than if you just didn't communicate with them.
Communication goes a long way in every situation.
It really does.
Amanda and I had our first fight. We did, kind of. I feel like we had our first fight. Do you not think we had our first fight?
That was like our 5th fight.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
We've had disputes, like little disagreements, but then we had our first fight. But here we are because of communication.
Another thing, with bills, when I was in college, I had to take a class, and a lot of it involved volunteer work.
Mm-hmm.
So I involved myself a lot with, there's a place in Olympia, I think it's called POWER, and it's an acronym, so POWER, and it's actually an advocacy group for people that need public assistance or any assistance, basically, when they're having trouble, because a lot of people have trouble with paying even their basic needs of like food.
It's hard.
Groceries,
insurance, gas,
insurance, cell phone bill, housing,
clothes,
just everything. And so I was basically there, and I had to learn all about the ins and outs of all the assistance programs that are out there. And a lot of people are disabled too in some way, shape, or form. And there's so many grants, and there's so much help out there that just people don't know about.
Or they're embarrassed to go find it. Like I know back in the day, again, sorry to bring it past, but I was like, I can't get on food stamps, and I can't do that. Like there's no way. There's people that are far worse off than me, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But honestly, everybody needs help every now and then. Yes. And it eases the stress off you so you can actually function and get through what you're going through. And so I don't think you should ever be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
Yeah. I mean, the people who abuse it, you can, tell that they're just,
and there's people who abuse everything. Yeah.
But, most people are really good, hardworking people, and they just need a little help and a little leg up. And then once they get evened out again, then they're fine. Mm-hmm. And, the goal is never to use it forever.
No.
So, no. But yeah, basically at that group, we just helped hook people up with, we'd talk to them and find out what they needed and how we could help them. And then it was like, okay, you need to, we're going to help you fill out the paperwork for this or call this number. And we just helped them navigate the system, and they could use, the internet and the computers there if they needed, the fax machines and copiers. And it was a really good experience to help people in that way.
Yeah. Okay. So how much per month should a family of 4 cost for food? 2 adults and 2 kids. Mm-hmm. So I'm just a family of 3, but it kind of depends on how you're eating. Cause I started eating a little bit more like ketogenic in September, and then took a little break and stuff, but I've been back on it. And so I would say I spend about $100 a week just for the 3 of us, but I buy really healthy, and I try and buy really good produce and really good meat. And I haven't always been that way. So if I was on a budget and I couldn't afford that, I used to spend about $300 a month total. Now I'm at $400, which is not horrible. So I would say as a family of 4, I don't know, $400 or $500. It's hard for me to really say, because what do you think?
I don't really have a good answer for that, because I know that for my family, a lot of our food costs are with eating out, and so I'm really trying to really stop that, because that's the most expensive way to eat.
Yeah.
And but if we do buy groceries, I feel like if you make some really good Costco runs.
I think meal planning is really important, because then you don't buy stuff that you don't need. You just go, I go to the store on Sunday or Saturday sometimes, and I know what I need, and that's it. And that's all I get. And obviously some extras and stuff, but it's not like I'm buying, some stuff for some dinner that I might make and I might not, and it might go bad, I might not use it. I use everything that I buy now. And I think that's helped me out a lot. Even though I'm spending more, I'm eating better, and I'm not wasting the money.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say on that, but a good tip that I feel like works really good for us is shopping on the outside of the supermarket or wherever you're shopping, because that's where you're going to find your produce and your meats and your dairy, and not all the crap, the expensive fillers that will get you in the middle aisles, just all the carbs and the stuff that's actually not good for you.
Cheap fillers, cup noodle. My kids always want cup noodle. It's not good for you.
My kids do too, but it's
always
a week's worth of sodium intake.
I will literally be like, Mama's gonna make homemade lasagna tonight, garlic bread, and they're like, can we just have a cup of noodle? And I'm like, yeah.
I know. Tonight I made halibut and rice and green beans, and my kids just wanted to eat cereal.
Reese's
and
Puffs.
I was like, I just made a
Just
really
made
yummy.
puff.
It's delicious.
You did. Well, I was here.
And it's nutrient rich, and that's what you need, is because you have to actually eat more of the, bad stuff to fill up than the good nutrient rich foods. Lisa said, we are a family of 4 and we spend about $600 to $800 a month in the grocery store with a lot of health food, and that's with necessities too.
Okay, it sounds like
I think that's
we
pretty
should
good.
come eat at your house. Like, it sounds like you have some good food. Like, it's a lot. That's good though. I mean, they're eating
But
healthy.
she said necessities,
Yeah, necessities.
too. So that may be counting like toilet paper,
Ziploc
paper
bags.
towels, and all those other
Febreze.
little- Yeah.
I love
Cleaners.
Febreze. Okay.
Toiletries.
I have a boyfriend. We live together with my 2 kids. He offered for me to either quit my job or go to working part-time. I'm not sure what I should do because we are just boyfriend and girlfriend, not engaged, not married. And once I quit my job, I lose that job forever. Okay, well, if it were me, I'm very career driven, obviously, and I don't think I could ever quit my job. But I think that if I was like in love with my boyfriend and we were living together and we were a family and I felt like we were at that place where I felt married or not, I can trust this man, I would take the leap because for me, I'd want to spend more time with my kids and that would be like awesome and I'd be so happy. But I would never quit my job. I'd always want to be part-time or doing something to supplement. But I think if you can't trust him as your boyfriend, then how are you ever going to get anywhere else, And it is, if you want to quit your job too, if you work really hard for this job and you're kind of like, do I really want to leave the job? Then don't leave the job. But if you value your time with your kids more and that's an opportunity given to you, then why not? I would do it.
Yeah. I think it depends on your job. Like some jobs don't allow part-time. Like for my job, there's absolutely no way to sell cars part-time. They would be like, they just laugh at me.
Yeah. You go work at Total Wine and we can get free champagne.
Oh, actually when I first started my car sales job, I was between working at, what's the wine store or the alcohol store by the mall? Is that Total Wine?
Total Wine.
Yeah. So I was between that job and working there or starting in car sales. And I was like, well, do I either take like this really good, because it's good hourly pay.
Yeah.
I was like, I could do that or I could sell cars for like a varying amount.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll take the car sales job and then I'll have that as a fallback. And then 4 years later, I'm still selling cars. But I think it depends on the job that you have because, some jobs it really wouldn't work to do part-time.
Right.
But if it did work, then that'd be great because I know like I would probably get bored being home 24/7.
Yeah,
and I would also feel kind of a sense of guilt a little bit knowing that I wasn't really contributing, at least financially.
Yeah.
I feel like even if it's just like you're pulling in maybe $100 or $200 a week, that I would feel at least like a partner in
contributing.
everything.
And I think it's different when you have shared kids.
Yes.
Like for me, if I was a study and that was offered to me, I would never quit a job. I would maybe quit my job and get another part-time job, but I would just always want to work and contribute because even though somebody's going to treat your kids like their own, they're still yours. And I would want to make sure that I was the one providing for their needs.
I like to buy things.
I do like to buy things.
I would never want someone to be like, oh my gosh, you're spending so much money on like sushi or
because
clothes.
I can.
And then if you're at least contributing a little bit, you can at least be like, yeah, but that was my fun money.
Yeah.
So just my thoughts.
What is the best way to start a budget? Well, again, 4 years ago. Every question. I am not good. Okay, okay. I used to not be good with money. I wasn't ever horrible with it, but like I just didn't understand what a budget was and balancing your checkbook, and it just was. I would spend it and not really know what I was doing with it. And it's not like I overspent. I just never really knew where it was going. And so once I kind of a lot of sushi for her, not for me. When I finally was on my own and had the girls and stuff, what I did is I took 3 months of credit card statements and bank statements and figured out where I was spending. And I would write out like, just like a notebook piece of paper, I'd write out like food, rent, entertainment, all this stuff. And I would do it every month. And then once I figured out what I was spending on each one, I figured where I could cut back or maybe spend more. And then that's how I started a budget. And that was 4 years ago. And I've just gone off of that every time. And when I get my bank statement, I compare it to like what I said I was going to spend versus what I spent or where I went over or under. And I really try and hold myself accountable. And that's helped me to save money because before I never was able to save money. But I think the more that you understand where your money is going, it really is easier to budget. And then at the end of the month, you always feel like I feel better because I don't feel like as confused about my money. I feel like I know exactly where it's going, how much I have, how much I'm saving, even when it's not as much as I want. least I know.
I honestly don't really have a great answer for this one. Her answer is great. I have a really hard time budgeting because I do work in a commission-based sales job, and so I don't ever have like
A set
I
amount.
don't really know how much money I'm going to make every single month
Mhm.
until probably about a month prior, because I know how many cars I sold that month prior and approximately what I'm going to make for the next month. So it's hard to budget because usually more often than not, I'm just trying to figure out like, all right, I have enough money for the bills, and then I just need to like not spend hardly any money
No
besides
fishy.
that.
Mhm.
And I don't know, being in commission sales has really been tricky for budgeting, honestly.
It's tough. Although, can't you count on your hourly at least?
Yeah, but that's minimum wage.
I know, but I'm just saying you can budget out your hourly at least and be like, okay, this covers this, this, and this, or not. You don't have to do that.
It'd probably be good, but
Yeah.
if I make minimum wage, it covers like nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, where do I buy nice but affordable clothes for women?
I mean, Goodwill. I mean, it's embarrassing to go there. Like,
It's
there's
not.
that stigma, but
Yeah.
like, actually,
You can
there's
find some good like designer stuff there though. if
there
you're
is,
patient.
and a lot of times there's still tags on them. Even
Mhm.
like, you can find some really good stuff there. So
Yeah.
I mean, don't be above it. Besides that, like, I like Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and I mean,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I agree. I actually there was that store, I don't know if anybody went to it, but it was in Olympia and then they closed it, but Plato's Closet where it's like secondhand clothes. I
missed
love that
Or
store.
the Clothes Mentor was right next to it
Yeah, and then they
for
closed.
professional clothes.
So I think like but I agree with her, like Marshalls, Ross, Target, like it doesn't, I think the older you get, it doesn't really matter what the brand is as long as it's comfortable and
Looks
affordable and looks good. And so I guess wherever your style lies, because like some people can shop at Target, some people are like, I hate their clothes, or some people can shop at like Kohl's. Kohl's is a good place for
I
deals.
love Kohl's.
Some people don't like Kohl's. So I guess you just kind of have to go and see what it is that you like. Is it smart to hide cash in my freezer?
Well, that's how you get cold hard cash.
Oh, yeah. I think why not? I guess. I don't know. I feel like that's a question that it's not really smart or not smart. It's just either you hide it in there. I mean, you can't really have a fire in there, could you? Or can you? I know you can in a dishwasher. That's something I do know. Is like put everything in the dishwasher if your house is burning down.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it's
Yeah.
moist in there.
It's very moist in the dishwasher. It keeps everything damp. So
I mean, I don't know really the point of. Is it like in case you get robbed, or to keep it away from yourself, or what?
maybe I don't
is
know.
it-
Or yeah, well, I've never done that. Like I have hid cash places, but I have
Did
never.
they say what the point of that was?
They just said, is it smart to hide cash in the freezer?
I mean, I guess it depends on the reason. I always have like a spare cash stash if like all the shit hits the fan.
Why not put it in the freezer? I mean,
Freezer works. I mean, if I was robbing a house, I would never look in the freezer for anything.
actually, I wouldn't. I mean, I might look in
I'm
it,
like, I want some popsicles.
but then I'd be like, I'm not gonna move all these waffles and stuff just to see if there's $50 in here. Like I've got
Maybe like a tampon box
Yeah.
in your bathroom would be better.
right because no guys leave on there.
Yeah, nobody's gonna look in your tampon box.
That's actually smarter. I would say so. Yeah, the freezer is not a good idea, but a tampon box
Yeah.
or like cleaning supplies because no man's gonna open those up,
Oh yeah,
right?
no one's gonna look in there. Unless you're
Okay.
trying to hide it from yourself. But if you hide it from yourself, you always know where it's at. So
I feel like my husband really wants to keep cable, but I'm tired of paying $200 a month. What can we do about that? Netflix and Hulu.
Brandon Shive says he's watching from California. Brandon, why are you in California? Did you move or just military?
So I would say get rid of cable. I haven't had it in a long time, and I do honestly like when I go to somebody's house and they have it. I'm kind of like, man, this would be nice. But the extra $200 is great, and I can go to somebody's house if something's really on. Like I can come here, which doesn't have cable, so that would make sense. But Hulu, Netflix, you said Amazon Prime, right? And that's super cheap. Like Hulu, I pay $12.99. That's no commercials. Netflix is like $8. For kids are.
Fighting.
Why don't you go?
Hang on 1 sec.
Hold on.
Hey.
Anyway, boys are a lot different than girls, let me tell you. They are. So I would just not pay the $200 if it were me, or downsize and just have like a few channels. But I don't know how cable works anymore because I haven't had it for like 5 years. She's dealing with that. Give me just a second. Let's move on. That sounds bad.
Do not put it up or down.
Everything.
They just spilled cereal and milk inside of the couch.
They just spilled cereal and
They're
milk.
not supposed to be eating out there.
Cereal and milk inside the couch is what happened. So we'll continue on. Whew. Somebody asked this question. I don't know how to answer it other than what I buy. They said, what is the most affordable place to buy vitamins? I take a lot of vitamins because I have epilepsy, so I take vitamins with my medicine. I take like about 12 vitamins a day, and I actually buy mine online. There's a vitamin shop online, and then also actually Walmart's really good. And then you can get some on Amazon as well. And if you take a lot of vitamins like I do, some of them are best to get at Costco. Like I take a lot of vitamin D. I get those at Costco. They last forever, kind of like their toilet paper does. So I would say either online, Amazon, or Walmart are the best options for that. How did that go?
Badly.
There is milk and cereal.
There's
in
a
the
lot
couch.
of milk and cereal in the couch
Yes.
and underneath it. But luckily, the dogs are cleaning it up right now. I put some paper towels down. We'll clean this
We
up
need
better.
more paper towels, I think, is what we're going to have to
Oh,
get.
there's like a Costco flat in my, but little dogs are really great for this. They're actually eating all the pieces of cereal right now, and then we'll clean it better in a little bit.
Oh, okay. Is it smart to buy furniture on a 90-day same as cash program to build credit?
I don't know. Some places it doesn't actually build your credit, I've heard.
I would say absolutely not. Only because they will offer you the 90 days same as cash, and you have to hold up to your end of the bargain. Like if you so much as like write a check for a penny off, they add on like $1,000 to your cost of your furniture, and they totally screw you. So I think the benefits are not. I think the negatives outweigh the benefits of doing that. I think that rarely does it work, and I've never heard of it actually building somebody's credit, although I'm not against it. I just think that it offers more heartache and headache than anything, unless you have the money to say 90 days same cash and then pay it off like the next day. That's different. But if you're planning on making payments, it never seems to work out.
Yeah, I mean, most people, that 90 days entices you because you're like, oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I
3
can,
months.
I can pay that off in 3 months.
Yeah.
But then, life happens, and, eventually
Tacos happen.
yeah, tacos happen, or you pay it in 91 days.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then
Then
they
you're
always
screwed.
have a huge interest rate, so that by the time that 90 days hits, all of a sudden they're like, oh, surprise, you have 29.99% interest, and we have compounded it for this whole time, and you had a $10 balance left, but guess what? You get to pay all the interest for all of it.
Yeah.
On day
And
91.
then there's that credit issues again and all
Yes.
that.
So unless you do have the money and you can maybe pay it off in like 60 days, so you do take advantage of like keeping your money liquid for a little bit longer.
Well, my opinion on that is like if I'm already going to buy it in 90 days, then why don't I just wait 90 days till I save that money and then go buy it? Like, why, you know what I mean? Like if it's 90 days. A car that you're going to be paying on for years and years, that makes sense to loan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say for me, it doesn't make sense. If it's something I really need, I can wait the 90 days to save it myself, then go buy it.
I think next time I need a babysitter.
We need a babysitter for her boys. We really do. Yeah, that's what we need.
Yes.
Want me to go? I'll go with it this time.
No, it's okay. Jack's gonna flip his shit.
Okay. All right.
His S.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys, stop it.
One of the last questions we got was, what is the best way to start a business? Financially, loans, credit. How would you suggest I start a business?
Well, you'd be the expert in this one.
I think loans are okay. And I think, so when I started out, I had literally nothing. I used my tax return, and then I had somebody match that amount. Just having a kids issue again. Maybe we should just end it for tonight. I don't really know what to do because.
Stop it.
Anyway, but yeah, so taxes, had somebody match it, and then I had somebody support me for the first 90 days of my my company, so that I had like money to pay my bills and stuff like that. When we opened our second business, we did do a loan. We did actually a line of credit, so not a loan. And then I would say another way is to talk to people about what you're wanting to do and have them support you, whether it's $100 here and there, $500, $1,000. Like, I had a investment party is what it was called. And I got up and talked about what I wanted to do and how much money I wanted to make and kind of just said my business plan. I served drinks and food, and people had the option in front of them to write me a check. Some people wrote it for $5. Some people wrote it for a lot more. And that was not money I had to pay back. That was just an investment because they believed in me. So I invited family, friends, people that knew me. And so I have no debt in my business right now. I have no loans, nothing. So yeah, so that's a good feeling. I would try and start a business as debt-free as you possibly can, because the first 3 years are really tough to even make any money, let alone owe money. Yeah. Yep. So I think we're going to wrap up.
Yeah, my kids are...
Her kids are not really liking having to be quiet in this whole video.
Yeah,
so
we thought we'd try having them watch, a movie or play some games. But
and we tried it.
Yeah, her girls are really good during this because they're girls, and I'm a boy mom, and
yeah, they're a little bit different.
They're a little different.
Yeah, I am not used to having boys at all. Like crazy. So yeah, we're just gonna skip a lot of these questions, and we'll just have to answer them next time. But we appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions for us this next week, we're probably gonna do more like adulting questions, I think. So that's kind of like anything you want to ask, we can answer. And we still need to do our truth or dare night, so we can figure that out. Yes. But thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you. Let's see when we'll see him. What's today? Today's Wednesday. We'll
Today's
see you
Wednesday.
probably I would say Sunday, you think, or Monday?
We could try Sunday.
Yeah. We'll see you in a few days.
See you in a few days.